So it's a good day. It's Sunday, and just starting with my gratitude for the morning. I did not mean to hop on just so quickly, but we're here, and we're just going to keep this rather short. Um, some of you have shown that you prefer Monday, so we are going to do our lives Monday now, Monday mornings. And we're just going to start off with breathing techniques. I also will put up on the community page how you can get your numbers. Remember, I was telling you about my life path 9, destiny, soul numbers, and that way we can discuss what that means, how it impacts your life, and probably why you do the things that you do. So I will put that together for you and put that on our community page. And it's going to show you how to calculate your expression number and, like I said, the soul urge number in numerology. I think I put astrology on there. I need to put numerology. And for me, for mine, I have some pretty powerful numbers. And I was trying to figure out, moving forward, how I want to present a lot of this information to you, because I want us to start doing the breathing exercises. So I have a couple of those that I pull aside. We're going to start those Monday morning. It's going to be one of our first new time zone, new time, and new starting of how we start my lives. So let's see here if I can pull up an example for you. And we want to stay in alignment is what this is all about. And so we continue to vibrate at a higher frequency. So I have quite a few master numbers, and so I need to really tap into those numbers despite, what's going on around me. I found myself not doing certain things because of the circumstances. And that's one of the things I like about the AI and Goth and some of the Grok, if I'm saying that right, and some of the other platforms that have AI, is that you can have an idea about something and you can kind of talk it out with the AI chat box and come up with maybe a different structure of how you should play out something. So I think that's a pretty neat way to have a discussion and not really offend anyone. Because we were talking about my healing, my ability to heal, and I want to share that. I mean, a lot of you know that I went through cancer, having arthritis, severe pain. Um, they first diagnosed it as lupus, and with lupus, they give you a lot of medication that just kind of destroys your natural ability of dealing with different illness. So I had to eventually find something else because my eyesight was deteriorating. I also just my muscle strength was getting weak. My skin sometimes seasonal would act up, and I never had an issue with acne. But once I started taking all them steroids and different stuff for lupus, it just really destroyed my natural body, like my natural way of fighting just a common cold. My body just seemed to really have a difficult time once I started taking that stuff weekly. And I also was taking chemotherapy. So the chemotherapy caused my hair to shed. And then when it grew back in, it was really soft. Um, Chemotherapy, a lot of people choose to just live out their life until their time is up instead of doing chemo, because it is that harsh. Like the solution is worse than the actual problem for some people. But for me, I was lucky enough to have two doctors that really took the time to find what was the best path for me. And I always tell you about Dr. Fisher and Dr. Bala. And if it was not for those two, I probably would not be here speaking with you today. So, the breathing techniques, changing my diet, less stress. There was a lot of things that I had to do in order to get in touch with myself to be able to heal myself. So, you know how sometimes they say you walk through that dark side and so forth to get to the light? Well, I've always felt that I was always the light. I never felt that necessarily I had to go down deep. However, there's always two sides to everything. So the dark part for me would have been just not having that same type of compassion and respect like other patients would receive. I even had one doctor kind of like laugh in my face um, when I was describing the pain and what was going on and how it was impacting my ability to finish, my college degree. And he was just very, this was terrible. This was in Tempe, Arizona. And, you got to find the right doctor. So instead of getting sad and depressed about it, um, I was hurt because you look in someone's eyes and you can tell when they just don't give a rat's ass. That is the worst feeling. Like I told you guys, there's some pills that are just hard to swallow, and that's one of them. And for me, I'd rather for a doctor just to say, here, let me, send you to somebody else. I'd rather for them to do that than to just take my money and then mistreat me or not give me the service that I deserve. So I went through certain channels to get to the right doctors. And at that time, when I was attending Arizona State University, I was also volunteering for the student services. Like at that time, they lumped us all together. So they had Black studies, Chicano studies, gay rights, and everything all lumped in together. So I would volunteer back then, even for the gay rights and so forth. So it was difficult not only going through the health scare, but then you had people who were angry that, you were speaking up for their rights, but it was more of human rights. And we're talking about people being able to live their life without being taken out. You know what I'm saying? Without someone being so angry with your choices that you make for your life that has nothing to do with them, but they are that angry that they want to harm you or do. You see what I'm saying? So that was my purpose of really getting involved with the student affairs that they had at that time, because a lot of times you didn't get a fair shake, whatever that your situation is, whether you had a health scare or you just looked different or they just didn't want to accommodate you because they couldn't relate. You didn't seem familiar to them. And if there's one thing that I've learned a lot of times, when people can't really connect, they have a hard time to really have compassion, which is sad. Um, but it does sometimes pan out that way. So you have to be strong within yourself. You have to know the value, your worth, and know your life, that the Creator, universe, God, and all everything, as I've said before, has come together on your behalf for you to be here for a reason. And unfortunately, instead of us diving deep into people's gifts and what they can bring to the table, quite often we're so busy trying to destroy one another, each other. So we all have gifts, and we all want to tap into those gifts and share them with the world, which will make things a lot better for all of us. So I'm putting together a lot of stuff that I've had over the years and put it up on, like I said, the community area page. And you too can get your natal chart and know your numbers, like my life path, um, my master number. Let's see here, the soul number, which I have 7 for that. and what it is that may help you along the way and make things a lot easier. Um, for me, I was an overgiver. So I'm trying to balance. Oh, you can't hear me? I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me see what the problem is with the volume. And that happens. I think my phone is just. I probably need to get another one. I appreciate you letting me know that. That's Link Netty Irie. Did I say that right? I hope you can hear me now. And I'm just letting you guys know that we're going to start the lives on Mondays now. We still may do Sundays until we get everyone over to Mondays. I was looking at my stats, and most of you are attending on weekdays. I was surprised at that because we started with weekends, doing, eating and doing whatever we wanted to do on the weekends and then fasting during the week. But some of you were fasting during the week, and it looks like now the majority of you like doing fasting during the weekdays versus the weekends. So that's the feedback that I got on some of the information that they sent me through YouTube. But like I always say, guys, let me know because I can do both Sunday and Monday if that works best for you. But the time will still be the same, around 6 a.m., give or take 15, 20 minutes. So I really want you guys to have your information so we can talk about something. If you're if you're interested in, I should say, in your numbers, numerology, astrology, and how that can all tie in to your goals and setting goals and making, um, like a, what do they call that? It's like a business plan, but it's for achieving your goals. I can't think of what it is, guys. I'm so sorry because I was trying to make this short for you this morning because I'm going live tomorrow morning too. And I'm going to put up some information and hopefully you guys will take a look at it before um, before I come back on Monday. And that way I can get more questions for you guys. I hope you can hear me now though. It looked like you all left. And so, um, as I was saying about my numbers, because I'm going to put this up, um, my expression, the expression number shows your outer talents and how you present to the world. I'm going to put all that up on the community page. And then we have my life path number, which I told you guys about, the soul urge. And I'm putting up additional information so when you find yours, you can see how to balance and how all this can be beneficial to you. So, like I said, the main thing is achieving and accomplishing our goals and having happiness and getting our wealth. Like I told you, if you get a chance, some days if you tap into your instincts and it says, "Hey, go to that lottery machine, get your $2 ticket, and win you $50, $100, $1,000." It could be the max, whatever the max is for the game that you choose to play. So I'm not trying to push anybody to play the lottery because I know that it's not always winning for everybody. And I've done a lot of research on playing the games and playing the odds and doing a little bit of research um, as far as winnings. Now, for the past couple of years, I was winning like crazy. I mean, that's how I was making my little food videos, is by the money that I would win, and then I would just reinvest the money, continue playing. But this month in December, I did not get that same amount of wins. Um, like it's like all of a sudden this last month, I stopped getting all the wins. I stopped getting the free tickets and everything this December for some odd reason. Um, and I even tried the new horse for the new year that's coming up with the Chinese astrology. And I did really good with the dragon last year, so I was expecting the horse to come on through. And nothing, not even a free ticket. I'm like, I'm glad it was only $1. But you can buy a lot of dollar tickets and still not really get your money back. So I find the $2, $3, or what have you is worth it. But I can't really say that the dollar tickets never paid out because, like I told you before, I was winning a lot with those scratch lottery tickets. But this month, not so much. So I don't know. I don't know what has happened. I don't know if it's maybe my car, the stress of dealing with my car, and then having a stalker, because even my little loans and stuff, I've always paid those on time, and then I have one incident, and now all of a sudden, um, the account's all messed up. So for some reason, I'm not worried about it though. I'm gonna pay it. That's not a big deal because I always pay my credit cards and stuff on time. So um, I'm not stressing over it, but I see how the impact of worrying about a stalker and trying to get my auto repair impacted my energy to the point that I'm not as lucrative um, financially. Like, just all of a sudden, it just changed the energy. So that's why I started stating the calling back my power and trying to do the breathing techniques more. So that's what I'm incorporating when we start our lives, is to do the breathing techniques. So I'm putting all of this up on our community page so you guys already have an idea of what we're going to be doing when we go live. And then if you guys have any questions or anything, definitely let me know, and I could focus more on something else or less on something else. So I just need you guys to let me know what it is that you wanted to do. But let me see if I can find um, some of my numbers here. So I'm going to be putting up my soul number, which I told you is 7. My personality number is 33. My destiny number is 22. And I will put my goals of what I would like to do spiritually, as far as healing, and as far as discussions that we have with one another, and how we can help each other by giving that positive energy to be able to complete our goals. That's what I really am aiming for, is that whatever it is that you're working on, that we can, energy wise, help one another to uplift each other so you have success in whatever it is that you are attempting to do. So let me know. I love goals. I love achieving goals. I love accomplishing the goals. I love that feeling. So I think that I'm just a little bit um, just a little bit crazy when it comes to setting goals. I love goals and I love meeting those goals and what it feels like once you achieve the goals. So I like that feeling, and I'm really wanting to share that with you guys so we can continue to plan out some great things and share that energy together. So, one of my master numbers, let's see here, the 22 is the master builder. And in summary, it's turning big dreams into reality. Mastery. So that's part of, I guess, why I have that um, love for that, and I just want to share that with you guys. So I'm looking for some of the other. Oh, I had to do a little research, and this is for my own spiritual growth in freedom and partnerships. What are your thoughts on Jesus Christ? I think that's my new friend that just signed up. I had a friend stop by the other day, and I was telling her when I do my prayers, I pray to all of them, and not just Jesus Christ, but I pray to God, the universe, the sun, the moon, everybody, because I need all of them on my behalf, um, to help me work out some things, because I'm very, very vulnerable. And so I thank the young lady that came by to speak to me for reminding me. to add Jesus Christ because I was not trying to leave Jesus Christ out. When I did my study abroads with Arizona State University, Jesus was part of the reason why I wanted to do the study abroads. And that was for the books that were not included in the Bible that we read. And there were other books too. You say favorite kind of soup? Oh no, that's the machine doing that. I'm sorry, guys. Um, Let me see. I'm gonna push try. Uh-oh. There's little prompts that are popping up as I'm speaking with you guys. I'm sorry. So, was doing a lot of research because as a child growing up, reading the Bible and having family members, some were preachers, some were mothers of the church, some were Jehovah's Witness, some were Catholic. You know, they were all different. What do you say? Domination. I can't remember the words. Um, but they all had faith and belief in some type of religious. Uh, I can't think of the name of what I wanted to call it, but after a while, the denomination did not matter as much to me, more so than my relationship with God, the universe, Jesus Christ, and all of what that entailed. And what I found when I studied the Bible is that David always talked to me a little bit more than everybody else. David was the one that really resonated with um, my ability to learn through the Bible, if that makes sense. Even though I always felt David was doing stuff all the time, but he was always blessed. God was always, um, looking out for him. When it came to Jesus, I had issues with the choices that he was making, the friends and so forth, and how he was betrayed. That always bothered me because I always felt your intuition and your discernment um, is important in life. And I think that is one of the gifts that God has given us, the universe, and being connected and understanding something bigger and greater than what we think things should be and how things are going. So um, I call upon all of it, because the world can be a very harsh, violent place. So every day I give gratitude for the protection, for the peace, for the, oh, wait a minute. God has a plan for you. Yes, He has a plan for all of us. And that's what I try to safely tap into and explore every day, without having people trying to harm my vehicle or me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to live my life in a peaceful way and be of service to others. So I was really surprised to have issues with my vehicle. I've had this vehicle for 20 years. So I was really hurt and it did bother me. It's the first time I had really cried in years. And it wasn't the type of cry like, uh, just basically I cried because of knowing this vehicle has really taken a lot of beating, and that bothered me. I just felt like I should have been in tune a little bit more with my surroundings and the people, to be able to protect not only myself but my belongings and things. I don't have a workable wheelchair. I don't have anything else that can help with my mobility. So I really depend on this vehicle and my wheelchair. So the wheelchair isn't working, and the vehicle becomes um, the wheelchair, becomes my mobile office. So I'm able to try to get stuff done and possibly continue to build my business. And without having a reliable vehicle, whether it's in California or any state, um, is a harsh um, situation. It's very hard for me to be able to get things done without a wheelchair or my vehicle. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm halfway reading and halfway trying to Make sure I'm not missing your questions. So it's a spiritual experience that I'm going through, and I'm trying to share it with you guys. And I know a lot of people get messages and they share them on YouTube, and I don't share a lot of those messages because a lot of people take it personally and they look at me as if the one feeling or thinking that way. And it's not necessarily my feelings, it's just what message I received. And then you could ask me, how do I feel about it? But a lot of times I don't know enough. I'm just receiving the information. Just like when it came to investments, cues kept coming up for me. It was like a vision, and it was like a dream, and it was just really, and it was double meaning. So then I got the Queen of Swords, and then the Q's is this investment. I don't know if you guys want to look it up, but it's QQQs, three Q's, and there was a dip. And when they had the dip, that was supposed to be my time to invest. And then I'm sitting here arguing with myself that I'm not sure if I want to invest in QQQ because I don't know enough about the company. I didn't even know what QQ was. So for it to come to me that way spiritually, I could have missed out on, a really good investment. And that's been what I wanted to do. But now with my vehicle and the repairs and stuff, I can't really invest like I would want to. But I'm trying to get, I want to get that information to you guys because you guys can make money. You say shout out, please, to Emma. Hey, Emma. Emma Slay. Thank you for coming in this early Sunday morning. I appreciate it. Let me see if I missed anybody else's. I'm going to spread the gospel in other live streams, so I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. Um, if you guys have any questions, like I said, always go to the community page, leave me some notes there, and then I can get back with you guys. And thank you, Emma. And so I really want to tap into some of the investments that come to me. Just like I tell you guys, when it comes to scratches and playing the lottery, if you dream of some numbers or they come to you by intuition and you have a dollar or two, play them. See what comes of it. I think it's something that is a part of our connection to what we're connected to here. We're all connected, and we're connected to something greater. And so a lot of times things come to me, and I just, because of being so wrapped up in this stalker issue and the vehicle issue, that I fail to really look at the things that could help the situation. You know what I'm saying? If I had invested in the stock or played the numbers that came to me, I may would be in a different position overnight. But unfortunately, I was so taken back by the damage that was done to my vehicle and the possibility of being harmed by what the person did to my vehicle. And so I've called around to get assistance with that so I can get it repaired and have somewhere for me to be while the vehicle gets repaired, since I don't have the wheelchair and the home is not wheelchair accessible or even handicap accessible. So I am searching for what's going to work for me and my condition and so forth. I have the walking cane, but I don't know how this is going to work with them assisting me with um, the repairs to the auto. So I'll keep you guys posted, like I said, and um, I'll post it on the community page. So we've been talking for 30 minutes now, just about 29, 33 minutes. And like I said, we're going to change our times. We're going to go live tomorrow, Monday morning also. I plan on making some more phone calls. That's because that's when some of these agencies will open up. And I'm trying to get a hold of some of those agencies for people who are 55 and up, like myself. I think that'd be better suited for someone like me who's up there in age. Even though spiritually I'm youthful and silly, but I just think age-wise and my mobility issue would be better served at a community place that um, identifies people like myself who are 55 and up and having some issues. So I'll let you guys know. I love you guys much, and like I said, um, if you can, if you're interested, have your natal information, your chart, your numerology information, and you can compare it to what I put on our community page. And like I said, all this is just to benefit you and to tap in into those gifts that you were born with. We all have gifts that we were born with, and that's what I'm tapping into, and that's what I'm sharing with you. So I love you guys much. We shall chat later. Um, Take care. There's no more questions here.